Oh, hello, my dear. Hello. I got your letter, but it wasn't needed. I had my doubts about your father's case when I first read about it in the papers at the time, and ever since I've known who you were, I've been trying to find out things. All I can tell you is I have hopes, my dear. I have hopes. But I think we should hang on to our secret a little longer. It wouldn't do to upset your mother about a false hope, would it?
You don't think Father did it, do you? Say you don't.
I'm perfectly certain he didn't.
Wow! Ready? Brilliant!
I'll be off then.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Have you packed your, things?
My things? Yes, they're all packed.
If you leave anything, we could probably...
Send it on in a parcel?
Yes.
So, goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's my address.
Lovely.
That's right.
Yes, let's. I wonder if the railway misses us. We never go to see it now.
We've a gym to play with.
What I don't like is our not waving at the 9:15 and sending our love to Father by it.
All right, let's start doing it again. Hurry up! When you get married, your bootlace will come undone, going up the aisle, and the groom will fall over it and smash his nose and won't marry you, and you'll have to be an old maid. What on earth does that mean?
I don't know.
Let's go and tell Mother. Mother, guess what happens? Hundreds and hundreds of people waiting to...
No, about 50.
About 50 then. And it started off from the old gentleman.
No, it didn't. It started off from the driver.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Okay, it started from the driver. And it spread like wildfire.
Don't you feel well, my sweetheart?
I don't know. Mother, would you mind if I walked down to the station?
No, of course not.
Morning, miss.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, miss. And many of them.
God bless you, dear.
The 11:57 is right on time, miss.
Here you are. You know, I don't think I've ever been so glad of anything. One thing I must do on a day like today, no offence. You're not offended, are you? I haven't taken too great a liberty.
Oh, no, of course not, dear Mr. Perks. But on a day like what? Oh, my daddy. My daddy!
And they caught him. Yes, they did. And everyone now knows that it wasn't your daddy.
I always knew.
I thought you did. Why don't you go in and tell Mother quietly that everything's all right?
The notion of a soft-hearted railroad baron will seem far-fetched to people who know railroad history. In America, at least, most railroad tycoons, from Commodore Vanderbilt on, were ruthless and piratical, and some clearly criminal. Railroading was a brutal business at the top and at the bottom, where the owner's indifference to safety problems produced an appalling toll of mutilations and deaths. It engendered class hatreds, which expanded the socialist movement in America and made a working-class hero of Eugene Debs, one-time railroad worker, twice the socialist candidate for president. Edith Nesbit never worked on the railroad, but like Debs, she was also a socialist. She was a founding member of the Fabian Society, a group of intellectuals whose ideas influenced the development of British socialism and the birth of the Labour Party. It's interesting to note that tonight's show, with its conventional children's story morality, was written by a woman whose private life was as unorthodox as her politics. She and her husband, Hubert Bland, were married 2 months after the birth of their first child. They had a second child. Edith named him Fabian. Then the Fabian Society's female secretary came to live with them, and within the year gave birth to Hubert's baby. Edith raised the child as her own. She and Hubert remained married for 34 years. When he died, Edith married again and continued writing children's books until her death 10 years later. Altogether, she published over 40 novels. I'm Russell Baker. Good night.
ExxonMobil Masterpiece Theater is now online. Explore 30 years of television's finest drama at pbs.org. To order The Railway Children on video, please call WGBH Boston Video at 1-800-255-9424. ExxonMobil Masterpiece Theater is brought to you by a grant from the ExxonMobil Corporation, because we value creative energy in all its forms.
This is PBS.